Today, regularly, day to day, whatever the topic which we are going on, every session will be recorded, and after completion of the session, you will get that video also to your perspective of the mail. Okay. And Ms. Rubina, you've been connected with your audio. Please check your audio once again. And hope so everyone is clearly audible. And even my screen was also sharing myself. Right? Done. Fine. In this session, today we are going to discuss about the SAP. So the first and fourth thing is, whenever I want to make my career into the SAP, initially, we should make some of the questions ourselves. So, in such a way, here I am making some of the questions. Why? Because initially, maybe you don't have the questions in your mind. So, initially, I am generating the question, and as well as I will give the answer for the tomorrow. So, what you people has to explain that. So, yes, Miss Rubina, can you able to hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Right, Miss. Let's see. So today we are going to discuss about the three major things. The first one is to that what it was. So everyone is saying something newly words. But what exactly the SAP? The first question. And the second question is, why SAP? Why? Because there was n number of the softwares and n number of the packages are coming and going. But why the most of the companies nowadays making their organization especially into the SAP? That is the second question. And the third question it was, what to do. Okay. Say, for example, I am coming from the commerce background, or else I am coming from the background experience of the marketing, as well as I'm having the experience into the HR. In such a way, whatever my profile would be suitable to this essay. In such a way, what I have to do into the essay system. So today in this session, it will be takes the 45 minutes. In this 45 minutes, we will clarify about of all these of the three questions. That means the basic level of the SAP, what it was and why it was and what to do, you people can understand clearly. Even in between of the session, if you have any doubts or any queries also, you can. Or else you can chat me in the chat box also in the Zoom. I will explain the things, whatever you have. Okay? Chal, right. The first question, what we said that, what is SAP? What is SAP? See, here, which I am not pronouncing this as a SAP. That means the first and major thing which we should remember that this should not be pronounced as a SAP. It's not a SAP. It's purely SAP. So, okay, boss, which you are saying that it should not be pronounced as a SAP. It should be SAP. But why? Why? Why in the sense of SAP is not a single word. It's the combination of individual letters. Each and every letter having their own meaning, like, yes, in the sense of system, A, applications, and then P in the sense of products. So, what exactly the SAP in the sense of systems, applications, and products in data processing. So, whenever we are facing of an interview, If the interviewer asks the same question, what is SAP? We have given this answer. Fine. So this is the answer is an abbreviation. That means even if I can make the Google also, I will get this. What is SAP in the sense of? It's a systems application products and data processing. That was an abbreviation of the SAP. But we are not satisfied with this answer, frankly saying. Why? Because as Vijay said that even if I can make the Google also, I will get this. Even when we are facing off an interview, the interviewer is asking that, okay, Mr. and Miss, this is what the SAP. Can you please give me the clarity about that? What is the systems? What it mean by the applications? And what we would be the products? And why should it has to be made into the data processing? So I need the complete detail clearly. Then we should say like this. A system is nothing but like in a company or any organization. Say, for example, of we can say something around, we'll take the one example like Nestle Foods as a business organization, which we can call as a system. And then in this particular organization or company, day-to-day number of the transactions were happening. Like sales orders, purchase orders, incoming payments, outgoing payments, sales invoices, purchase invoices. Like that, multiple of the transactions. Manually, whatever the transaction or the task which was happening in an organization. That means in that particular company, cannot be able to handle by through the one person. Even though we can't able to handle by through the one department. That means all these are the transactions in my organization, whatever it was happening, whatever is happening, those has been divided into the n number of the department, n number of the departments, like as finance, sales, purchase, production, okay, quality, warehouse, like that, multiple n number of the departments. Now we can clearly say that what exactly the SAP means: systems, application, products, and data processing. Okay. If there is a company or any organization is called as a system, whatever the transactions were happening is called as applications, which were segregated by through the multiple n number of the departments we would be calling as an a products. Okay, products. And I want to make all these of the transaction records into the data processing. That means manually, which we are writing all the details into the bills or vouchers or something, whatever, and we are keeping it to the safe and secure place. But here, what my thing is to that, I want to make it into the data processing. I want to make it into the data processing. And that particular data processing work is called as SAP. Okay. I think so everyone is clear about this one. What is SAP in the sense of systems, application, products, and data processing? If there is a company or any organization which runs with a multiple of the transactions, which can be handled by through the n number of the departments, we would make into the data processing. And that particular data processing work is called as SAP. That's the first thing we should remember. And the second thing is to that, majorly, the most of the organizations, why should they are making into the data processing in the sense of to make the data stories, as which is said that we are keeping into the bills, vouchers, books, or something, whatever, that would be the too tricky and too hard also. And even that much not of the secured also. That's the first thing. So that I want to make the proper stories. And the second thing is to that, I want to make the data sharing also. That means in my organization, whatever I'm having the 5 departments, in these of the 5 departments, The transaction, once it was happened in a department, this has to be shared to another one, to another. Say, for example, the salesperson received the sales order. That order has to be transferred to the warehouse to make the delivery. In the warehouse, the stocks are not available. So, for example, it has to be reached to the production to make the manufacturing. Even in the production, to make the manufacturing, some of the raw material is not there. Then it has to be shared to the purchase team. Like that. What is the main thing is to that? The data which has to make the sharing, and as well as data makes the storage. Data which has to make the storage and sharing. That's the main thing. Right. In such a way, what is SAP is clear for me. And the next point is to that, in the what is SAP? SAP is not a software. SAP is not a software. Even though SAP is not any language. It's not a language. And also it's not any database. Then what it is? Okay, but as which you said that it's not a language, it's not a database, it was the software also. Then what is SAP? In the sense of SAP comes into the categorization of ERP. SAP comes into the category of an ERP. Okay, what was an ERP? Means enterprise resource planning. So, what exactly an ERP? In the sense of, if there is a company or any organization which we are calling as an enterprise, and this particular enterprise runs or depends upon some of the resources, like as money, manpower, management, machinery, materials, warehouse quality, like that, multiple of the resources, simply which we can set that requirement. And we will make them into the planning. And in a proper way. We have to maintain all this. So now, what is an ERP? In the sense of enterprise resource planning. That means the resources which has to be required to run an enterprise, we are making those into a planning. And that particular planning procedure is called as ERP. Okay, right, boss, that was an ERP. I'm accepting that one. What is the difference in between the software and the ERP? Is the both are the same? No. If no, what is the difference? If that is no, what is the difference? See, as per the example which I said that here, myself is a Nestle. I want to make my organization into computers. So in such a way, I'm having the 5 departments. Okay. And each department is having the 10 members of the employees. Fine. And whenever I decided to make my organization into computerized, I made a purchase of the 50 PCs also. Not at all problem for that. But whoever those of the 50 people which has to be work with these systems, they also require some software. Or some of the solution is there. Some of the solution should be there. So, in such a way, being as a user, that means here Nestle is called as an end user. That means under the Nestle, whatever the day-to-day transactions which were happening, They wants to make those into the computerization. So as an Nestle or an end user, what I done that? I came to yours. Say, for example, of you people are into the essential. Like TCS, Essential, Wipro, Infosys, IBM, Techem, Capgemini, Cognizant, like this IT services. So you are the team of them, as per the example of Essential. So I came to the IT service provider of the Essential and I'm asking you about the solution. Dear Essential, you are into the IT sector, no? You're into the IT sector, no? I have a query for my side. I want to make my organizational transactions into the computerized so that I made a purchase of the 50 PCs. There is no problem at all. I made the purchases already. But whenever my employees should be working with that system, I also require some solution. So please give me some solution. Then, as an essential, what you people said that, okay, Nestle, do one thing. You just tell me what is your requirements. What would be your requirement? That means how your customer should be there, how your sales will be happening, how your purchases would be there, and when creation of a vendor, how much of the field should be there. Like that, just tell me whatever you want. Just tell me whatever you want. As per your requirement, whatever you said that, our team will make the development of a new one. The simple thing is to that, I want to make the uses of one product or one package or a software, something, whatever. I need a solution. I came to yours. Yours in the sense of you are into the one IT service provider. You're into the one IT service provider. When I came to you people, what you people said that, Boss, tell me what exactly you want. As per your requirement. Wise, our team will develop a new one. That means till now we don't have anything. We are zero. Now by using some language and using by some database, we will develop a new one. That's the people of yours, essential, you are given this first choice. But as an end user, I'm not satisfied with this. I'm not happy. And I'm not ready to take the development. Why? Because whenever you people are going to be develop the new one, it will be takes a lot of the time. And even you are developing each and everything individually now, it will be takes a lot of the cost also. So I don't want to go for the development of anyone. I'm not interested to go for the development. Okay, boss, you don't want to go for the development now. Then I will give the second choice. What I am saying that we are already having something with us. That means we need not to develop the new thing, which was already there with us. We will make a sale to yours. You can purchase and you can use it. That means existing. We will take the existing. Even as an end user, like example of the Nestle, I am not interested to go for the second choice. Why? Because if I take in the development, it will be takes a lot of the time and the cost. If I can take in the existing, that existing is not matching with my requirement. Why? Because that was not made for me. So I need to compromise with that existing one. Sorry, boss. Why should I need to compromise? I don't want to compromise with that existing one. I don't want to compromise with the existing. Okay, boss, you need not to go for development of a new one, even though you need not to go for the compromise with the existing one. Nah? At last, we will give the one more choice is that. One more choice is to that. We are having something with us, which I am already having something with us. You people just tell me your requirement. Tell me your requirement. As per your requirement, our team will take the existing one and we will modify it. That means, in a simple manner, what I want to say here, as per the user requirements, will modify or else will customize. So what is the word of the customize in the sense of modify? The existing one. Existing is called as ERP. So what exactly the nature of an ERP is to that? The nature of an ERP is to that. To customize or to modify that existing one into the user requirement. Existing one into the user requirement. That's what we will be calling as an ERP. So why should I am explaining everything of ERP in the sense of SAP is an ERP. SAP is an, I think SAP is not a software, and even it's not any language, and even it's not any database. So what exactly the ERP? SAP comes into the ERP category. And what is the nature of an ERP is to that? Something which was already there, we will customize that as per the user requirement. So that's why the most of the companies nowadays going to make their organization to computerize, especially into the ERP segment. Especially into the ERP segment. Okay, but that should be fine. The most of the companies are going to the ERP. I'm also accepting that's one. But in ERP also, there was a multiple n number of the ERPs are there. Multiple n number. Say for example of Oracle Finance, PeopleSoft, Siebel, Ban, JD Edwards, and also SAP. That means SAP is an ERP, accepted. But can't we say that only SAP is an ERP? That means including with the SAP, there was a multiple n number of the ERPs are also available. Like this. But what my question is, okay, dear candidate, I'm accepting that. Instead of developing of a new one, instead of compromising with the existing one, it is better to go for ERP. I'm accepting. But even in ERP also, there was a n number of the ERPs are there. There was n number of the ERPs. Like Oracle Finance, PeopleSoft, like this. But why should the SAP having that much of the potentiality? Then we going to see here. I'm going to compare with each and everyone. In such a way, for my organization, if I can take in the Oracle Finance, it was a superb and number one ERP package. No doubt at all. I'm sure with that. Excuse me. But Oracle Finance is only for my finance department. That means whatever in my finance department, which the transactions were happening, I can work with all the things by through the Oracle Finance. No doubt at all. As like as PeopleSoft is for my HR, Siebel is for the CRM, BAN is for the production and purchasing activities, as well as JD Edwards is for the sale. As which I said that initially, if I'm having the fire departments, for each and every department, I need to choose the separates. That means individuals. Then what will be happens is, all the ERPs are working for the particular type of the applications only. So that data sharing means integration is not possible. So basically, which I am looking to make my organization into computerized. Why? Because of I want to make my organization into the data sharing and storage. But here, with these of the ERP packages, it's not about possible. And why should I? I don't want. So, okay, boss. All these are the good, whatever you said that. Then what about this one? Then what about SAP? As which I said that SAP is also an ERP. And this ERP package, which was developed by the company name of SAP AG on 1972 at Waldorf City, and this was based in Germany. There was a company named as SAP AG. So what is the AG in the sense of legal entity? Say, for example, for the Indian countries, the company's legality was LTD, limited, like public limited, private limited. As like as for the US-based companies, they're having the INC. Like Google is an INC, Microsoft is an INC. Okay. US is an INC. As like as for the German countries, it was a AG. As like as for the German countries, it was a AG. So in 1972, this company was established. Five former IBM engineers, 5 former German engineers. What they did that? They started the research from the world's smallest organization to the largest organization, as well as all the global countries also. Why? Because of depends upon the company by company, the requirements will be changes. Right? And even depends upon the country wise also it will be changes. Country wide also it would be changes. So if I can, that means being as an SAP agent, if I develop that package for one company, they can work. But that shouldn't become the globalized. It should become the globalized. In such a way, as in a company of the SAP aging, what we done that? We started the research for all the companies. And as well as the global countries also. And whatever the requirements which have been collected from all the companies and all of the countries, I made everything into this essay. And by using of my own technology, which is called as ABAP, Advanced Business Application Programming Language. So for myself, I developed a new language in the database, which is called as an ABAP. By using of this language, whatever I have collected all the requirements from all of the companies and all of the countries, I made this package of SAP. That means SAP runs with the technical part of the ABAP. And nowadays it was the advanced version was came ABAP around the ABAP. That was a HANA. And by using of this language and the database, whatever they have been developed, they made this SAP and it was divided into the n number of the department, which we will be calling as a functional. Functionals like FI, CO, SD, MM, PP, QM, and so on, so on. That means instead of using separate one for each and every package, I have the one roof. One roof. It's having the finance, sales, purchase, production, and everything is there under one roof. That means there is no problem with the integration. There is no problem with the integration. That means the integration will be possible by using of the SAP. SAP. That's why the most of the organization nowadays going to make their organizational transactions into the SAP itself. SAP itself. Okay, boss, I'm also accepting that one. Instead of developing, ERP is the better. In ERP also, flexible integration will be there. That's why we are choosing the SAP. Right. Right. In such a way, what we said that myself is a nestling and I want to make the usage of SAP. So shall I purchase and I can use it in the sense of sorry? Why? Because that SAP was not made for me, not made for the nestling. So I came to yours. I came to yours and I made a contract with yours. What I said that I need the SAP. Now, in your second level, that is a business blueprint, you people are coming to me and you are collecting my requirement. So, when you people are collecting my requirement, how my finance department is working and how my sales department is working. And as well as how my HR department would be there. Like that, you people are collecting my requirements, and as per those of the requirements, you are going to be customized. The SAP application in your particular function. Like that, what are the topics which were covering into the SD? And what are the topics which were covering into the FICO? That all the topics which I have been sent all to the admin team, you just collect with them. Okay, you just collect with them. And even though